Welcome to Lecture 17 of the IFRS 9 crash course. In this lecture, we'll build a simple expected credit loss calculator in Excel to demonstrate the mechanics of IFRS 9 in practice. The goal of this exercise is to combine probability of default, loss given default, and exposure at default into a working calculation. This will help you see how the theory translates into numbers. Start by setting up your spreadsheet with 5 columns: loan ID, exposure at default, probability of default, loss given default, and the final ECL calculation. Next, enter some sample data. For example, loan 1 with an exposure of £100,000, a PD of 2%, and an LGD of 40%. Loan 2 with an exposure of £50,000, a PD of 5%, and an LGD of 60%. Loan 3 with an exposure of £200,000, a PD of 1%, and an LGD of 30%. In the ECL column, apply the formula ECL equals EAD times PD times LGD. In Excel, that would look like equals B2 times C2 times D2. Copy this formula down for all loans. When you calculate, you'll find that loan 1 has an ECL of £800, loan 2 has an ECL of £1,500, and loan 3 has an ECL of £600. The total portfolio ECL is £2,900. To make the example more realistic, you can add macroeconomic scenarios. Create separate tabs for a base case, an upside case, and a downside case. Adjust PDS and LGDS under each scenario, then apply probability weights such as 60%, 20%, and 20%. Combine the results to get a probability-weighted final ECL. The key lesson here is that while the calculation is simple, the assumptions behind PD, LGD, and EAD matter greatly. In real institutions, the models are more complex, but the core mechanics remain the same. To summarize, Excel is a great way to visualize and experiment with the ECL framework. By working through this demo, you can better understand how IFRS 9 provisions are calculated in practice. In the final lecture, we'll wrap up the course with a summary of key concepts and next steps for your learning journey.